'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the lake not a catfish was stirring, they weren't awake. The baits were cast in the water with care, in hopes that a flathead soon would be there. The fishermen were wishing they were still in their bed, while visions of catfish danced in their heads. And I, sitting on the dock with the dog in my lap, had just settled down to get me a nap, when out on the water there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my chair to see what was the matter. I jumped up so fast and flew like a flash, to look in the water to see what had splashed. But the water was calm, and I just didn't know what was sitting right beside me in the new fallen snow, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a stinking old skunk, and I was frozen in fear. So I drew back my leg, I had to be quick. I knew in a moment I had to give it a kick. More rapid than eagles my big foot came, and he flew off that dock, it was almost a shame. I kicked him so hard he flew up a tree, hit the branch up above and fell back down on me. To the top of my lungs I screamed, "Get away! Get off my head and don't you dare even spray!" As dry leaves before the hurricane fly, that stinking old skunk sprayed me right in my eye. So back to the house I ran and I flew. I didn't know that skunk had sprayed the dog too. We got to the house and boy did we stink. With the spray in my eye I couldn't even blink, as I drew back my head and was turning around. Right down the chimney that skunk did a bound. It had leaves in its fur from its head to his foot, and the stripe down its back was all covered in soot. It had come back to spray us some more, but that dag-blasted dog ran straight out the door. His eyes, oh how they twinkled, his tail how merry, but what I smelled didn't smell like a cherry. He turned around with his tail lifted high, and it was just that moment that he sprayed my other eye. As that stinking old skunk showed me its teeth, the smoke from its butt encircled his head like a wreath. It had a skinny little face and a big round belly that shook when he walked like a bowl full of jelly. I thought to myself, before the next spray I should run, get my gun, but I was just too afraid. With a wink of his eye and a twist of his head, it was just that moment I wished I'd stay in bed. He just looked at me with a murky little grin, as if to say, "Okay, big boy, kick me again." Then laying his paw aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He jumped off the roof and onto the ground and ran back in the woods with not even a sound. But I heard him exclaim as he ran out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night."